You're going to get back to defensively being the team you were the last few years?
If you listened to 1280 The Zone at 8:40 this morning, you would have got that answer. Did you listen? No, they said after you went off, the ratings spiked. No, I think Coach mentioned the other day, like I think our half-court defense is still reasonably good. We just haven't ran back quick enough to be able to use our half-court defense. So obviously, I think transition defense is obviously the key, and regardless of what our transition defense is this year, I think if I was playing against us, I would also try and do that, because obviously in the half-court we know what we can do, and got Rudy back there and all those things. So the first thing is obviously getting back and setting our defense, using Euro fouls if we need to at the right time, and foul count. Because I think when we do get back and get set and do what we are capable of doing, we're still really good. We've watched a lot of clips of us not getting back this year, which isn't funny, so don't show Quinn me laughing in that, but we've seen it a lot, and it's obviously the key part of us being able to set our good half-court defense.
Do you feel as though you're particularly well scouted, almost as though you guys went 52-20 and every team in the league studied what you guys did last year, and you feel like every night someone's... For
sure, yeah, and obviously the record plays part in that, but being first and every year, I remember my first couple of years we could kind of do whatever we wanted. Like I could get left whenever I wanted to. I wouldn't get top block, whatever. Whoever the individual scout was, it was obviously as our teams got a lot better. Teams are moving Rudy to the strong side corner to try and get him out of the way when they ISO or play small pick and roll or whatever the situation is. They weren't doing that 6 years ago. So obviously, any time as individuals or as a team, you keep continually getting better and better. And obviously, we've done that pretty well over my 8 years of being here. You get more and more scouted, and more teams pay attention, and you. Not necessarily a target on your back, but teams obviously come in here and they want to beat us, and they prepare very well for us. Which on the flip side is, like we said, like getting back in transition defense, looking after the ball, boxing out, all the things that teams now think they can do against us, or a way to beat us. Like switching 1 through 5. So it obviously puts the pressure, or whatever you want to call it, back on us to be detailed and look after the ball and execute in switching defense and run back and box out, all the things that Quinn probably tells you guys every pre-game media that we need to do. And so a lot of that's on us to do those detailed things.
You've got significantly fewer shots this season. Why?
We've got a really, really good basketball team.
It's not that different from last year, right? Like, I mean, for most of the season, you haven't had Rudy Gay, Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah. I mean, last year too. Like, whatever the situation is. I've said it a billion times to you as well, everyone. Obviously, I'm not going to take bad. If I'm not getting shots, I'm not going to bring the ball up and just shoot it because I want to get a shot attempt up. So obviously, just figuring out within the offense where I can be aggressive when I'm not. I don't really have like a specific answer of why. But yeah, obviously, if someone was joking last game, 2 games ago, I had like 3 shots, or for whatever the shot attempts were. I subbed in at OKC and got 3 threes in the first like 45 seconds of being on the court, or whatever it was. So that's just the way it's going to be. I said it a few media sessions ago about Mike shot 4 shots, and that's just the way it is sometimes. Sometimes it's scouting, sometimes whatever it is. It's whenever I'm in that one corner, I get top blocked pretty much every time now. So if they're going to take that away, we can go and use someone else or be effective in another way. So I'm sure at times I'll get plenty of shots, and if I don't, I'll obviously it's on me to still be impactful on both ends, but obviously on offense too, to try and get involved, create, shoot it when it's obviously there. But it's the least of my worries.
Can I get back to transition defense?
Yeah,
I
I love transition defense. Yeah.
So your first point of emphasis in transition defense with the team is what?
Our first, I don't even know if you call it a rule, or our first thought process is offensive rebounding to stop. That's, coach wants 2, 3, 4 guys crashing the boards, and obviously the percentage of chance that we get it back is reasonably high if we all do crash. If we don't, I don't think we ever have probably 5 guys crashing. There's always at least like 1 or 2 that have either shot the ball from the top, or someone's lingering at the top where within the kind of positions of our offense. So for those guys, obviously, for all of us, once the ball isn't in our hand, it's to sprint back. And coach has made it like those first couple steps to really get back and build a wall. The wall is like the whole like Giannis concept of like everybody getting back and seeing the ball.
So that's inside out. Get to the paint, work your way out that way?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, there's certain guys, Buddy Hield in Sacramento, we're running back in transition, we're marking him wherever he is over the half, because obviously he's trying to, Steph would be one of them, like those certain guys. But in general, yeah, sprint back, kind of clog the paint up, don't let them get a layup in transition, and then obviously fan out as everybody's coming over the half. I'd be a good coach, wouldn't I?
We were talking to Hassan right before you.
What did you break the chair for?
The two of you are among the 6 Jazz players ejected this season.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, obviously circumstances different, but he was making the point that he feels like there's a substantial difference in how referees are calling games this year, and there's players getting kind of aggravated as a result. Have you found that to be the case?
Mine had nothing to do with getting aggravated. Obviously, one of them was a complete incidental kind of contact, or whatever, and then the other one was trying to help Rudy in that situation. So mine, I don't even know what I'm allowed to say or not say. I think with the rule changes are, I guess, different for everybody. I don't even know what the touch fouls or like the hooking, whatever it was. So I think even the referees to a certain extent are getting used to refereeing a certain way and not calling those fouls that were getting free throws and easy guys to the line. Obviously the way I play isn't trying to do any of those things, so it hasn't changed anything I do out there. I think from personal experience and viewing and watching and playing, I think it is more physical this year than it has been in the past. I think as the year goes on, everyone will get more like comfortable with how the game's being played, and you just kind of keep kind of figuring it out as they hated your question.
Whose ratings are down now?
I think as players, you've just got to adjust to the way it is being called or not being called. I mean, we've all been in situations this year, I think, where we've thought we've been fouled ourselves or our teammate, and we've stopped and they've gone, and it's probably been on film for us a couple of times, but it's something that's out of our control. What they decide to call and not call is completely out of our control, and we've got to do a good job of staying focused on what we're trying to do on both ends of the floor, and not getting I think we lead the league in like technicals and ejections, so I don't want to say it's not us, because if it's warranted or whatever, then if someone needs to say something, then I'm all for them getting it off their chest. But in my 8 years, I don't think we've ever led in either of them, so I mean, I've never been ejected in my life. This is the first time since I was 17 that I've been ejected. So I won't be doing it again. I can promise you that. If there's a scuffle, I'm going the other way, and if there's a fast break, I'm going the other way.
Sorry, I was trying to prevent you from, saying anything.
I've been fine enough this year.
But just to end on a positive note, we asked Hassan when he came in about Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, and how was Chef Nene? That's what
JC calls her.
her.
She quietly loves that nickname too.
That's great.
It was all right. Obviously, again, 8:40 this morning and 12:80. I talked about this. If you guys want to go back and you got no idea. We as a family obviously aren't American. My son kind of is, but we've never. Obviously, it's not like Australia. It's not an Australian holiday.
Yeah.
I did say this morning that since I was 17 playing professionally, I've had American teammates for half of my life now. So I remember, like, as a 17, 18-year-old, my American teammates and their wives and families cooking Thanksgiving for us in Australia, and in Europe the same thing, played with a bunch of Americans, and obviously now living here. So we still make a version of Thanksgiving lunch up we had, so the kids could have some as well. But it's not your typical, I wouldn't imagine. We had like 10 people at our house and there was one American there, so very different version of it. But just to be able to, for us, for me, my family, to be able to hang out together, to be able to spend like a day with the kids without having to leave. And even this morning again, Miller was like, "You going to basketball again?" So it's nice to just spend some time with them and some close friends. And we had Junior over, so that was good. And he's all in on Thanksgiving. Junior's all about Thanksgiving now. So
I wondered how that works, like, kind of just changing, I guess being here in America, like how, as you grow accustomed to the culture.
yeah, I also said this on at 8:40 on 1280 The Zone.
Keep plugging it.
I've been like lucky to experience different cultures and religion and people and food and cities, and it's kind of fun. I mean, it's when you realise, like, if I'd just grown up in Australia my whole life and never left Adelaide, I'd probably, obviously wouldn't know anything about the world. And I've been lucky that basketball's taken me. I started going to Europe when I was 15 on basketball tours and experiencing different things and cultures, and it's pretty cool. And obviously when I'm retired, in however long, to be able to take my kids around and show them the world and meet different people and same religions, cultures, food, all those things, because I think it's a pretty cool world out there. Australia's the best part of the world, but you guys are doing all right over here too. So.